Hey guys, Psychic Pictures here, and welcome back to more Pokemon FireRed. In the last episode, we beat Sabrina at the Saffron City Gym, and we got here to the power plant. I almost said PowerPoint for some reason. So, to start this episode off, I want to show my bag. I ended up getting a few revives, because I had none. But, what's more important, I stocked up on Great Balls and Ultra Balls. That'll come into play a little bit later, probably in the next episode. But, you guys that have played Pokemon FireRed will pretty much know why I did that. And here, sorry about the cut there, guys, and I'm just saying there might be a little bit of an interruption later as well. Might. But, I would like to take this time to go over profiles that I actually kind of missed. Because I missed, the one in the Saffron Gym and Fuchsia Gym, plus Pokemon that you can get now that you have Surf and the Super Rod. And then we'll be going into the power plant with 2 more Pokemon profiles. That's why I have my Super Rod equipped, so that you guys won't have to look at me just standing around. Whoa! I didn't know Gyarados could be caught on this. Oh. Wow. Wow. And also I'm facing off against water types, so it's probably not a good idea to have Digby in the front. It's a good idea to have Voltron in the front. But, okay. So, starting off, we have Coughing. Coughing is a very defensive tank. It is good. It is a very good defensive tank. People love this thing. Especially Chugga Conroy, since he caught one that was shiny in his Pokemon Crystal version. And it served him very well. And it can learn Self-Destruct and Explosion. So, those moves are actually really good on it. It evolves at level 35 into Weezing, and it only gets better. It only gets better at what it does as a defensive tank, but it's kind of frail in the special defense department, so I wouldn't recommend it for a special tank. What I do recommend for a special tank is Grimer. Grimer is very good at special defense. So if you're up against a Psychic type, you have more chance of surviving with Grimer than you do with Coughing. And overall, Grimer is just very good at special defense. It evolves at level 38 into Muck. And Muck just is a better version of Grimer. It is very good. Next up, we have Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime, I don't think it's a good Pokemon, but I still like Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime is just a very fantastic Pokemon. If I remember correctly, it's good at special defense, not as special attack. But it actually is good in regards to special defense. There's several others that are much better than it. But overall, Mr. Mime is average. That's what I'm trying to say, it's average. Next up on the list is Tentacool. Tentacool is just a good, it's a special tank as well. It is water poison. I honestly can't really say much about Tentacool because it's very common, but I've never used one myself. but I've seen people play with Tentacool. It is good. It evolves at level 30 into Tentacruel, and it only gets better now that it's evolved. And since it evolves, it just does a better special tank job than Tentacool does. So, overall, Tentacool actually is a pretty good Pokemon, despite how common it is. Next up is Horsey. And Horsey, as you guys have probably seen in previous episodes, is also a good Pokemon. I think its best stat is special attack. I cannot remember that off the top of my head. But, Horsey overall is pretty good, and I actually kind of recommend this Pokemon, not for Horsey, but for its evolved form, which it evolves at level 32 into Cedra. What is really special about Cedra is that it's got a very unique ability. Well, unique for its type. It's got Poison Point for its ability. And Poison Point, if the opponent makes physical contact with you, it can poison them. And it actually is very useful for Cedra. Because you wouldn't expect it on Cedra at all. It's just that Cedra's pretty... I think it's a little bit frail, if I remember correctly. But overall, it actually is pretty good. Next up, we have Crabby. Crabby is decent, but there's other Pokemon that can do its job better. Crabby is just overall average. It's okay, but either way, if you want a water type this late in the game, Crabby is a pretty good choice. But be forewarned, if I remember correctly, you guys can see the stats, but I can't. If I remember correctly, its best stat is attack, which there's not any physical attacking water type moves, because all water type moves are physical, even Crab Hammer. It evolves at level 28 into Kingler. Kingler, I think, is a pretty cool looking Pokemon, but overall, it just isn't as good as other water types out there. Now, for version exclusive Pokemon, Psyduck. Psyduck appears only in FireRed. And overall, I think it's pretty good. I love Psyduck. Even though it's not a Psychic type, it still gets the job done of a Psychic type. And if you want a Pokemon, but you don't like Psychic types, but you need a Psychic type move, Psyduck is your guy. It evolves at level 33 into Golduck. And Golduck is one of my favorite water types of all time. Even though it's not a Psychic type, which it really should. It really should be a Psychic type. It actually does get the job done of a Psychic type really well. It gets the job done in FireRed. If you want a Psychic type Pokemon, but you don't want its weaknesses, you can get Psyduck or Golduck. They might not get the type advantage of Psychic, but they can still use a lot of Psychic type moves. Speaking of Psychic, since I've said it so much, there is Slowpoke, which is exclusive to Leaf Green. Slowpoke, it's very slow, but it's good at special attacking. Overall, I think Slowpoke is just average. There's better ones out there that do its job better. But I still like Slowpoke. It's a derpy looking Pokemon, and it just is. I can't explain it, but it's really just there. It's there, it's good, but other Pokemon can do its job better. It evolves at level 37 into Slowbro. And Slowbro does get a little bit faster, but not too much. But, I still think that there's going to be more Pokemon out there that are better than Slowpoke. But, you can actually get the job done with Slowpoke and Slowbro. And that'll be it for the ones outside, so let's finally continue on to the power plant for more profiles. Hooray! The power plant! So, first off here, we have Magnemite. Magnemite we haven't seen before. Actually, I think we've seen Magnemite before, but we haven't been able to catch it. So, Magnemite actually is a pretty good Pokemon, and if you remember correctly, I think I said this earlier, it's also a Steel type. Which Steel types are actually very rare in this game, because Magnemite and Magneton are the only ones that are Steel types. And they don't have the ability to levitate, so that's actually pretty useful for ground type moves, if you're against it. It evolves at level 30 into Magneton, which Magneton is pretty good as well. I don't like the quad weakness to ground, but overall I think Magneton does do its job pretty well. Wait, there's Pikachu in here? I didn't know that. I thought that there were only Pikachu in the Viridian Forest. Also, in FireRed only, there is Electabuzz. Oh, there's a Magneton. Ooh, jeez, nice level too. But Electabuzz, it's a good Pokemon. I love Electabuzz. I do not think it needed an evolution, and think it had needed an evolution, for a while. Oh, that's something else. Pokeballs can turn into, you can look at the Pokeballs, and sometimes they're Electrode. Now, why did I realize? Whatever. Oh, that actually did a critical hit. Okay. And they've no self-destruct. And they took out Digby. Great. But back to Electabuzz. Electabuzz, I think, is a good Pokemon that I don't think it needed an evolution, but I don't think it needed an evolution because it can get the job done that any other Pokemon can. But it also needed an evolution because it was a little bit lacking. Just a little bit, though. Okay, sorry about the cut there, again. But I told you guys that it probably would have happened. But yeah, that's Electabuzz. So, what are we even doing in here? Well, if you guys didn't see, there was actually a good item in here. But that's not what we're looking for right now. What am I doing? Oh, that's what I'm doing. Repel! And here is probably an Electrode. Oh, never mind. TM25 Thunder! Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh, nice. Let's see here. Summary, Voltron. Shockwave has 60 power. And I think Thunder has like 90. What do you have? Surf, Dragon Wage, Dragon Wage, Dragon Rage, Thunder Wave, and Hyper Beam. I think I might change Thunder Wave to Hyper Beam, actually. I think I might do that. I'm not gonna do that right now, because there might be something else that I want to use it for. I don't know. Repel's effect wore off, and I got a Thunderstone. Nice. So I can evolve my Eevee. Yay. I can evolve my Eevee into Jolteon. Yay. Up, and there's an Electrode. Yay, Electrode! Use self-destruct on me. No, Magnitude 6! If it survives and uses self-destruct, I'm gonna be mad. Sonic Boom. Magnitude 7. Could've used that earlier, Digby. Yay! Alright, there's that. Is there a hidden item here? I don't know. If I remember correctly, I don't want to go up there quite yet. Actually, I have a guide here with me that I forgot to pull off. Oh, I pulled it right to the page. Actually, that's way early on. Jeez. That's like on the way out, almost. But I do want to get that. But the two items that are actually down there. There's actually two items down here. That one, and there's another one over there. This one here that's on screen right now, is an Elixir, and the other one is TM17 Protect. Protect is amazing! I have it on my, if I remember correctly, I have it on Shell Shocker. But Protect is awesome. Yes, I want to use a Hyper Potion on Digby. I want Digby alive for this next fight. Check it out. Next time on Pokemon FireRed. I know this episode was a little bit short, if I remember how much I had to edit out. But next time, we'll be facing off against Zapdos. See you guys then.